On this episode of Made by Aid, I'm going to show you how to make art out of shipping labels and an apple. I've done a lot of prints in the past with insects and flowers and leaves, and I've never tried my thermal paper experiments with fruit. So today I'm going to be trying to make a print from an apple. The backstory here is I've got a friend that has a birthday party coming up and I need to give her a gift. And normally my go-to gift is art. So I was looking at dragonfly print or a flower. But I thought maybe there's something I could do that's a little bit more personal. She's a teacher, and of course the cliche is, you give an apple to the teacher. So I thought, well, I've never tried to make a print from an apple. Why don't I give it a try? It's kind of a cliche idea, but I think you can have a cliche idea and still be authentic and original in your execution. So we'll see how this goes. All right, I'm going to attempt to make a print from this apple. My plan here is to try to cut a slice right out of the middle, very thin slice. And obviously I can't print from something this big. Right? The idea is I'm gonna have a thin slice of apple here, sandwich it, and then when I apply the heat, that'll make the print. Of course, can't sandwich an entire apple. So the trick is, can I get a very thin slice of this apple that I can use for printing? So I'm gonna try here to cut this apple almost right down the middle. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. All right, now I'm gonna take 1/2. See if I can get a second cut. I'm gonna go for, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, that's a little bit of a fail. I didn't cut it straight, so I missed the second half. Set that aside, maybe I can still use it. So let me try again. Better, but I still lost a corner, so strike 2. This still has this stem. This is my best chance at getting a good cut. All right, this might work. Okay, got my apple slice. Next step is turn my iron on, set that to 110. My theory here is that I need alcohol. I don't think the wetness of the apple itself is enough to change the color of this thermal paper. But let's test that hypothesis with one of this scrap pieces of apple. Yeah, you can see that doesn't, well, it does change a little bit. Yeah, that's not really enough. Next test is to introduce some alcohol onto this apple. So I'm just gonna saturate it a bit. Good. Starting to get something. Okay, that's kind of promising. So I'm gonna use this little tray to soak these a little bit in alcohol. And I found there is a limit to how much alcohol you can have in this process. You don't want to, it'll just go completely black if there's too much. So I've saturated it, and then now I'm going to remove some, so it's still wet, but it's not dripping. So let's see what happens with this one. Well, that's interesting. Okay, that's got some potential. Yeah, this could work. Okay, I'm saving this, my good slice, until I have some confidence that I've got a technique that's gonna work. I'm gonna just make a few extra prints with this guy and see if I can get a feel for what the effect is gonna be. So there's still some moisture on here. So while this is still wet, that's why I'm coming in with at a second pass with extra heat. I can get dark on top of that that first pass. Yeah, I love that. But this is real nice. Okay, I'm gonna do one where I don't resaturate it. I'm gonna see if there's enough alcohol in this just from that first one to still make a print. A little more pressure on that one. All right, I'm gonna switch to this second piece. We'll try this one that's highly saturated. For this one, I'm going to do sort of the reverse. I'm going to put the alcohol on the paper. And then apple, close. Probably too much alcohol there. Try that again, a little less. That's real nice. All right, I think I'm ready to try the main slice. Of course, this is the one that I really want to try to get right, so no pressure. What I'm going to do for this first one, I think I'm going to put the alcohol on the inside here and see if it kind of sort of spreads out. Okay, not much there. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do a second pass on this. Oh, interesting. Look at that drip. Okay, attempt number 2. Try it. Print number 3. See if we can get another seed in there. That might be our best one yet. With alcohol on the paper. acetone could be nice. Okay, this time I'm going to try something a little different. I've got a spray bottle. Something like this is really nice. I just wish it had a little bit of the stem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can just wet the stem part. It's cheating a little bit. One of the other secrets is the more experiments you do, the more likely you are to get lucky. So I'm just going to do a whole bunch of extras here and see if I can roll the dice and see if something interesting comes. Switch into acetone. side turned out really nice. I don't know if it's from the acetone or if that was alcohol left, because I didn't put much acetone on that side. It's good. We're getting some good stuff here. I like it. That's enough of the acetone. That stuff stinks so much. Bumping my heat up a little bit. Actually, I have one more idea on the acetone. What I want to do, acetone doesn't require quite as much heat, and it tends to react more to the to what's sitting on top of it. Could be nice. Do that a couple more times. Wow. Wow, look at that. That's real nice. Let's try to get some more of that. So now I'm at the critique phase. When you're experimenting and creating, you have to be in a mindset that there's no wrong experiments, and you're just trying to produce as much as you can, and then you can decide later whether it's good or bad. Now I'm going to go through these prints, try to see what I like and what I don't like. These experiments produce a lot of prints, and a lot of them are not going to be good. It's not that they're not good, it's just maybe they're not finished yet. I'm going to save all these, and they might have a second life in the future, but right now I'm looking for ones that best represent what I was going for at the beginning, which is a representation of an apple. So let's go through this stack and see what we got. And I might sort of categorize these as complete rejects, some that have potential, and then some that are close to finished. So something like this, I'd say these are just throwaways. These towards the end, I think, are tending to be my favorites. That one's real nice. I like that one. That was real nice. So these sort of fell into a few different categories. These are ones that just instinctively I was like, these are nice. These are ones that, that's nice. Could be nice with a little extra work. These are kind of wild card ones. They could have potential maybe. And then these are, they just need something to make them work. So now let me just look at the ones that I naturally was drawn to. Let's talk about these. So this one was completely different than all the others. So yeah, you kind of have to just live with these a little bit to form an opinion. So I think I'm just gonna let them sit for a little while and come back to them with fresh eyes. So one of the things I do as sort of a finishing touch to these prints is I put them in this dry mount press. And what that does is it heats the entire paper up just to the point where it goes from white to black. And this might be hard to see in the video, but here's after it's been in the press and here's before. And you can see it just turns the white to gray. And what's interesting is that in spots where it's gone white because of alcohol, that stays white. So it ends up sort of making the highlights pop a little bit and also gives a real nice gray solid background that stands out when I finish this and put it on the mounted on the cardstock. I simply take the prints, put them face to face, I put them in there for 5 to 10 seconds. Doesn't take too long. And you can see a before and after of the gray tone that I'm getting. And actually my press is getting a little hot, so I'm starting to get a little more than I'm wanting. So I'm going to turn the press back down to maybe closer to 200 degrees. Got it working just about the way I like it. So take my paper, take the apple that's lightly soaked in alcohol, place the side that I want printed down, close it, flip it, stick it into the press, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and that's the effect I'm getting. I missed a little bit in that corner, but good result. Things don't start out beautiful. Art starts out as failure. You can stop at this point. Most do. They assume they lack some natural talent. But you can keep going. You can iterate, experiment, remix. As you work, you build up layers of failure. Wrong on top of bad on top of yuck. Naturally, you'll question yourself. But if you don't give up, eventually, inevitably, something will emerge that speaks to you. It's not good yet, but there's something there. So you keep working on it, rework it, rerun the experiments until things start working. You will arrive at something you like, and there's a chance other people might like it too. Of course, to outsiders, the finished object looks like it was one master stroke. All the mistakes, wrong turns, and failures, they are invisible to everyone but you. Nobody needs to see your failures. It's embarrassing. You can perpetuate the illusion that you are a gifted artist who farts gold. But it doesn't hurt to share the ugly side of the creative process, because maybe there's somebody doubting themselves right now. Someone who needs to hear that art is hard. Maybe if this person saw the 120 abandoned scraps that led up to the final work, they would summon the will to persevere through their own challenges. Stay creative. If you like the prints in this, reach out and I can probably send you one. I've set up something called Art Dopamine Exchange ADEX for short. And basically what it is my way of getting my art in your hands. You fill out a form, give me your address, and I'll ship you some of my art. You can find it at x.adrian3.com. Fill out the form, and I'll send you some art. Stay creative. See you next time.